understand what's going on around you. You are in a state of war, and you have precious little time to save yourself.
That music, man, my heart's pumping. I feel like, oh my God, is this a Tim Pool video? Are we going to talk about the Civil War?
Yeah, this is the Call of Duty trailer that got him all bent out of shape.
Tim Pool should get some of this music for his videos when he talks about the Civil War, his intro.
That's the problem. He doesn't have ominous music playing when he talks about the Civil War.
We need to know how we're supposed to feel, Tim. Come on, fix it. I wonder if we should be there's a bunch of text being displayed on the screen right now that we're not reading, so here, I'll read a little bit of it. His goal, subvert the U.S. to ensure Soviet dominance in the arms race.
I'm assuming this is the plot of the game or something.
Oh, but they are doing the Soviet thing.
Yeah.
I'm reading that book everyone has been recommending to me, Disunited Nations, Peter Zahan, and I got to admit, it's fucking fascinating. It's very good. He goes basically describes the geo-global environment and where it's going. So it is very fascinating. To this day, the identity and whereabouts of the pursuers remains unknown.
It's a slow process, which we call active measures.
You know why they're unknown?
Why?
Because it's not a conspiracy. They're not working together. It's like remember the Marxist professor that pulled Lindsay, what was her name? The girl into the office because she showed a Jordan Peterson clip.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
What was her name?
I don't remember her name.
Yeah. Well, they pulled her into the office and basically castigated her for showing a Jordan Peterson clip. And don't you know Jordan Peterson's a Nazi? Oh my God, what are you doing? If people are exposed to Nazis, they immediately turn into Nazis. It's just like that movie, The Ring. You show a Jordan Peterson clip and it gets in your mind. Next thing you know, you're a Nazi in like 2 weeks.
It was Lindsay Shepard, because remember she secretly recorded the meeting.
Oh yeah,
like castigating her for showing the Jordan Peterson clip.
Oh yeah. But those are those are the people that Yuri's talking about.
Right.
Like they're not working together. They're just
Well, yeah, no, you're right. They're not. But it's important, I guess, to talk about. I don't remember if he talks about in this video what Yuri Bezmenov's history is. He was a guy. He was Russian, or I think he was actually Ukrainian, but it was all part of the Soviet Union. Who ended up, he wasn't part of the KGB, but he was like part of the propaganda campaign in the Soviet Union.
Right.
I think specifically in India. And his job was to sort of crap out pro-communist propaganda. And a lot of it was like trying to like how to subvert culture. So he's literally coming from the conspiracy. Like he was part of the Soviet conspiracy to promote communism and USSR's form of communism to the rest of the world. So this is the frame in which he sees everything else.
Is any of that verified? I don't know that it is.
I don't know. I assume it is.
Because he doubts the verification of Yuri Bezmenov. He's basically saying he was just a nobody who was trying to get a better deal in the United States. And I don't know if any of that's true. So,
well, so basically what happened was in the 70s, he defected to America and to Canada specifically. I think America set him up in Canada because maybe America couldn't probably accept him, publicly for a while. But so he defects in the 70s, and then in the 80s, eventually, maybe after some point, he comes to America and he starts talking about all this stuff. So here's the thing is, I don't know what would be his motivation, because he's already in Canada in the 70s. He's made it. He's already defected. And so this guy tries to portray like, oh, well, in order to get into America, he had to say all this crazy shit. That really doesn't seem to be the case from looking over his writing, looking over his work and stuff.
I think it could be a Bob Lazar situation, though. I mean,
you think so?
Yeah, he's.
Wow, I don't think so.
What do you mean?
I think this guy really did all the things that he said he did.
Oh, okay, so you believe it.
Right. I haven't seen any evidence to suggest he's wrong.
I don't know either way, but I'm saying the motivation could be just to become, notoriety, become famous. People obviously remember him because he started telling these tall tales. Well, we don't know if they're tall tales or not, but obviously he had a story that people were hooked by. Unless it's verified, I don't necessarily know how to tell if it's true. Do you believe the Bob Lazar stuff? Bob Lazar is a guy who claimed to work at Area 51, and not many people believe he did.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe. I mean,
except for Joe Rogan.
The Bob Lazar stuff. Well, here's the thing: the Bob Lazar stuff. It's so crazy because he has lots of compelling evidence in his favor, in that he used to work at some company, and the company claims he didn't work there, but it's very obvious that he did used to work there, and they're lying about it.
Oh, really?
And wherever he got his degree, I think, in college, it's like pretty clear that he did get his degree there, but they're acting like he didn't. So there's lots of weird shit. But the other hand, his story is so crazy because he's the one saying that Area 51 has like 10 different UFOs and blah, blah, blah. And I mean, obviously it's very difficult to believe any of that shit. I don't really believe that there's 10 different UFOs in Area 51, any of that stuff. But I haven't seen, and I don't think this guy actually provides a shred of evidence that Yuri Bezmenov is making any of this stuff up.
Okay, cool.
So I believe him.
The first stage being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. The next stage is destabilization. What matters is essentials: economy, foreign relations, defense systems. The next stage is crisis, with a violent change of power, structure, and economy, period of normalization. This is what will happen in the United States if you allow all these schmucks to put a big brother government in Washington, D.C.
See, he said schmucks. He's got to be fucking...
Yeah.
Got to be Jewish. Jewish inspired. The Yiddish term.
Well, he's against big government. He said the schmucks put big government in place, right?
No, he was talking about like the commies.
Didn't he say big government?
What will happen in the United States if you allow all these schmucks to put a big brother government in
big
Washington,
brother
D.C.
Yeah.
Have you heard the difference between totalitarianism and authoritarianism?
No.
I heard somebody articulate this the other day that was just so like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Authoritarianism is just like a person, like an authoritarian is like a dictator that wants to be in charge, but totalitarianism is a system of government that controls every aspect of your life in total.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a different type of conceptualization.
And part of the problem with this is that there are lots of alt-righters who will use Yuri Bezmenov and other things, and they will add the Jewish conspiracy bullshit to it, which obviously just it makes it the perfect bait for commies to come out and say, see, it's just the anti-Semitic conspiracy theory, just because the fucking alt-righters are adding Jewish shit to it.
Yep. They ruin everything. They're ruining everything.
Of course, obviously.
Promised lots of things, never mind whether the promises are fulfilled or not.
Inspired by actual events. What the fuck is not inspired by actual events? Like, give me one thing that isn't inspired by actual events.
Right.
Said, know your history. Fuck that.
Fuck history.
Or be doomed to repeat it. Yeah, I told you guys we shouldn't have tore that statue down in the park.
No. This is a great trailer for a game.
I know, we should just go into playing this game. Fuck this video. Let's just blow this video. Let's just do the game.
The time bomb is ticking. With every second, the disaster is coming closer and closer. The danger is real.
So at the end of the trailer, it says, know your history or be doomed to repeat it. It also says that in the description. And to me, that is super disturbing because it seems to be making a reference to a lot of things people are raising alarm bells about, primarily the right wing. Jordan.
Isn't everything he's saying like seems so accurate though right now with all the woke shit?
Hell yeah, James Lindsay's saying this stuff. It's scaring the hell out of me.
Yep.
A reference to a lot of things people are raising alarm bells about, primarily the right wing. Jordan Peterson, Boris Johnson, Donald Trump, pushing this old-style fascist conspiracy theory that the Cold War has been lost by the communists.
See, I love it. Which do you hear more of? The left-wing conspiracy theory that Donald Trump is going to activate the Proud Boys to like keep people away from the polls and steal the election, or the left-wing conspiracy.
Well, and it's funny, he throws fascists in there. You know, those right wingers like Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson, known notable fascist.
Or actually, I mean the right wing that you know, Antifa and the left wingers are trying to destabilize. I mean, it's obvious. Like, how can you say the left wing is not trying to destabilize things? They're literally in the streets burning buildings down.
Well, let's say the leftists. I don't know if they.
Yeah, the left.
I don't know if the left wing is too broad a stroke, but
that's why I stopped myself. I didn't want to say like the left wing the right wing conspiracy theory, because then I fall into their trap.
I mean, that's what's so funny, because they're all like, oh, the fascist this and the fascist that and the racist this, and it's like, who do we see rioting in the streets? Do we see the fascists? Do we see the KKK? Or do we see a bunch of fucking commies and anarchists rioting in the streets, burning shit down?
Yeah, but they would say that they're doing that because of the
system is controlled by fascists. Yes, of course. Which they have no evidence of and don't even provide. But, you know, we just take it on face value.
Well, they're saying the police are the fascists. They're saying, look, the police are the fascists.
It was funny. Someone had tweeted, I believe it was, or no, someone had talked in the Collins stream about how T-Jump had debated someone else about Black Lives Matter on Modern Day Debates channel. So I watched it, and it was really interesting because the guy he was debating obviously did better than Jake, because that's not a very difficult thing to do. But the guy he was debating was like a literal anarchist, and I'm just like, is it even worth it to have a conversation or debate with someone who's coming from a position so insane,
so nihilistic?
Like, yeah, if you're like an anarchist, and he was like, they couldn't even agree on like whether it was good for the state to have a monopoly on power or force.
Really?
I mean, and
I gotta listen to this.
What is the point of this comment? Like, I'm just like, oh my god, like, it's just fucking.
Yeah, we should all be at home with our guns, guarding our shit 24/7. That's gonna be a successful. That's gonna be a real successful society.
Like Truck of Peace for $5 says, come on, guys, communism will definitely work this time around. The 15th time is a charm. True. This time will be different.
It's always
Stuck for $5 says, wasn't Yuri just talking about KGB subversion tactics? Like, that was what they were doing at the time. I don't think you're talking about today. Yeah, no. Yeah, obviously. Because this is a video from like the 80s. He was talking about legitimate, or at least he's claiming he was talking about legitimate KGB subversion tactics that he says he took part in as a journalist, that he was taught to do these sorts of things and engage in this behavior.
They were taught this in North Korea during the Korean War. They used it on prisoners of war. They know these psychological games that they can play with people. So it's not far-fetched to think different states are doing this to disrupt us. I mean, they're doing it now with our elections. I'm not sure how many of the people are talking to online are actually bots that are just messing with them. Does that sound super conspiracy?
Who do you think's the bots? Who do you think is the bot?
Well, I do think that there are bots interacting with people. I do think there are bots liking and promoting.
Well, do you think they're bots,
posts.
or do you think they're like foreign governments trying to subvert things?
Foreign governments trying to subvert things through bots.
I see. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't be that surprised if that behavior was going on, but I don't think that's the majority of it.